Ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Change the venue a little bit for you guys, you know. Hopefully it brings us some good luck. But as the game goes, still the same thing. You know, we just weren't at our best when our best was needed. Defense played a hell of a game, played hard, held them to a lot of field goals in certain situations. It's probably incredible that they were able to hit so many field goals after what was going on there previously, a couple games before. But offensively, you know, we were able to run the ball. Might have been able to run it a little bit more, a couple more opportunities. We didn't have any turnovers, so that was okay too. But, you know, we just weren't able to execute on third down. Our third down percentage wasn't where we would want it to be. But proud of my guys, the way they fought. They play hard. They always have. And, you know, it's just something that I try to just tip my hat off to my guys that play hard, you know, because I think it's my seniors that run this program and keep these guys going. But I'm going to transition into, you know, Carson's a finalist for the Buckets Award. That is the nation's best linebacker. Leads the Big Ten in total tackles. He has 121, third nationally. The next close Buckets finalist is at 100. He leads the nation in solo tackles at 79. The next closest player is 170. He leads the Big Ten in 10-plus tackles a game with 8. He's had 10 or more tackles in 8 of his first 9 career starts, except Iowa, when he had 2 interceptions and was named Big Ten Player of the Week. His 121 tackles is the most a Bruin linebacker has had since Eric Kendricks in 2014. Darius Pickett had 123 and 18. And the best part about all of this is that he's a former walk-on and he's a bioengineering major. So I'll open it up to you all.
So you were here when Kendricks was here.
Yes.
Does he remind you of him at all?
It's a different style, but they still, you can just see with their leadership and, you know, their more actions speak louder than their words, you know. They get out there and they practice at a certain level and they do it daily. So that's one thing I noticed with EK. That's how I knew he was a pro.
Do you think the people who vote on this the fact that he's a former walk-on, will help him, hurt him, not make a difference? What do you think?
I'm not sure. Hopefully it helps him, you know.
Yeah.
It's just a little weird that he's a finalist for the Buckets and not the Broyles or Burl.
Burlsworth.
Yeah,
Burlsworth.
Exactly, you know, and that's just a little weird to me. But, hey, we want to get the Buckets, and he's up for it, and I'm glad this game's at 12:30. So, you know, the East Coast can't see the game. It won't be too late. I think he put on a show that Friday night, and I think that's how the national attention is going for him. So hopefully we can just keep that going.
Rico, I think he's only played in 4 games. Can he redshirt this year still? Is that on the table?
Yeah, but, Rico just had season-ending surgery. Yeah, so it was very unfortunate for Rico. We were happy he was trending in the right direction, was able to get out there, and then we had to take a step back, you know, so he's going to be out for the season.
But he'll get the year back?
Yeah. Hopefully a medical or he still does have a red shirt.
Okay.
Would he be back in time for spring camp next year? Or?
No, he won't. He probably won't be back until, I would say, that first week of, probably September, maybe October.
We talked a lot about discipline all year long. Have you ever thought about, I know football is different from basketball, but maybe yanking a guy for a play or a series after one of those unsportsmanlikes or something like that?
Yeah, most definitely. Most of those players have gotten taken out after that play of any sportsmanlike penalty that they've gotten. So, yeah, we do all of that. It's just unfortunate some of the stuff that's happened. You know, this game I didn't get to see most of that stuff, and it's not on camera, so you can't see what happened. I was already running into the tunnel and came back out, but because it was right at halftime, but during the season, most of the other stuff I was able to see, and we get those guys out at that time.
Who was the assistant involved?
My strength coach. He was kind of just separating people and keeping our guys from going onto their side. So I think that they kind of just saw a big guy and was threatened by what he was doing, but he was just separating, keeping our guys from getting any closer to them.
Are you disappointed that he got, called, fair or not, that?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
You're just disappointed if anybody gets a call, especially people that understand the discipline, because he's somebody that's teaching that to our players downstairs. So It was very unfortunate that happened, but, it could have been an offsetting penalty and then we move on, but they chose to give us 3 and them none. So I guess we were the only ones out there.
getting close to the end of the year. How are NIL, you made that change with NIL programs. How's that going, and what's going to be kind of like your approach once we hit the off season?
NIL is going great. It's Bruins for Life have really took off. We have a lot of support. A lot of donors have gave back to us, so it's trending in the right direction. I know for a fact we raised more money than we had previously, so I'm just excited for this, and as long as it keeps going in the right direction, I think a lot of the alumni and donors see how the program, see how these guys play, and they want to be involved in it, and they want to invest. So I'm just glad that we have the type of people that they want to help us be great.
Some coaches do like a golf package or a dinner with the coach for NIL. Are you going to do any of that kind of stuff?
I'm pretty sure nobody wants to golf with me. But we have little things that we're gonna do to try to get them involved. That's why I've made some guys captains, that have donated. So you don't just feel like you're just handing out your money. You're actually getting recognition, and we're trying to bring it to the stadium, just like we do the captains that come on when we have honorary captains.
How much of a bummer is it that you can't have that victory over SC that gets the fan base excited to give money, right?
I mean, it sucks. It was tough for me. It's tough for me right now to just come in here and try to be positive. So. Especially when you lose that game, but you got to wash it out of the way. You got to get past it. We have Fresno. It's going to be another good opportunity for us to go out and show our brand of football. And it's the last game of the year, so we really want to make sure we send our seniors off the right way. Yeah. And I'm just fired up that we still have one more game.
How well do you know Tim Skipper? I mean, you got the family connection there, right?
I mean, I know Tim very well. I played against him in college. We won, and his older brother was my running back coach here, and then his father was my running back coach in the NFL. So I'm like an honorary skipper. I've been in that family for a long time. So it's just awesome that he's in the same position I am. Being a head coach at his alma mater. I know he bleeds red and white, I would say, I guess. And just fired up for this opportunity to coach against him.
Have you guys talked about facing each other this season?
We talked earlier this year, but we haven't discussed since it's gotten close.
What about you going to hear from your former coaches about this?
I'm wondering. I'm sure Kelly's still coaching, so he's the running back coach for the Bills. But Jim is retired, so I'm sure I'll hear from Jim pretty soon.
There was a very interesting stat that I stumbled across. Fresno's won 4 in a row against UCLA. 3 of those wins were against first-year coaches, Coach Kelly, Coach Neuheisel, and then Coach Durrell. So that's kind of uncanny, right? You got to break that streak there.
Yeah, if you would have went back even further, you would have saw that DeShaun Foster's team beat them. So.
Okay.
Yeah, if you would have went exactly when I was playing. But I don't know how many of those coaches that we were playing against were first year themselves too. So
they were at the time. They were. All 3 were.
No, I'm saying the opposing. So the Fresno State coaches also.
Got it.
Yeah, but it's a streak to break. But we just want to win at home. We got to defend our turf, and we know this is going to be a big game. We know how they're going to come in and play. They're going to be excited to play this game, and they're going to be looking forward to just coming into Rose Bowl and playing this game for them. So. We're just excited. I reiterated to my guys just how important it is for our seniors, and I'm probably not going to bring up the 0-4, but that is a good stat to know.
Nicky Brongos, any update on him?
We'll see. We'll see how he's feeling. He was able to do a little bit last week, so we'll try to ramp him up a little bit more just to see. But I want guys to be healthy, and I don't want to put him in a situation to where he can get injured even more. So we're just going to take it slow and make sure that he's completely healthy.
You guys can obviously say that no matter the circumstances, you really haven't had any letdown from the effort in the players, right? So
I would say that, most definitely.
Does that kind of, you don't want to take that for granted, but put you in a good place going into this game?
Most definitely, because when it gets dark. There's a lot of dark moments. 1 in 5, that was a lot of dark moments, but that really shows your character of your team. And one thing that most of these coaches have told me after games is I commend you for how hard your team plays. It's amazing that they're still out here and still trying to play no matter what the score reflects. So, I think we're doing the right thing. We got the right guys in place, and I'm just thankful that I have the type of seniors that, they're approaching it a certain way, so that's making the younger guys do the same.
It's almost the end of your first season. Just what can you say? What can you recap about what maybe is one of your strengths and one of your weaknesses that you've learned about yourself this year?
I would say my strengths are, just being able to stay calm in certain situations. You gotta be positive, and these kids have to see somebody positive on the sideline. They have to see that somebody's completely have their back and always there for them. And I would just say me being a sore loser is probably something that's not my best attribute, but I'm a competitor, so it comes with it.
The seniors and the guys who are graduating, what's your message to them? Where are their minds at this week?
We got one more. Let's finish this off the right way. We want to send you guys off with a victory, and this is a good opportunity just to bounce back, and we don't want to go into the off season or them leaving with a bad taste in our mouth. So my guys are just excited that we still got one more opportunity to make this right.
Coach, you said the seniors are the heart and soul of this team. Cam Madronald said it's important for him to get this win, the guys in the off season. How important is that for just the guys in the locker room and for recruiting as well?
It's just huge. You just want to. It's just huge to defend your home turf, so alumni, former Bruins, just everybody can see just how the team is. And but just for recruiting purposes, people want to come to teams that are winning, so you have to be able to put a winning product out there on the field. And I think this is a good time for us to finish the season off the right way.
And speaking of recruiting, I was wondering, since you've taken over, have you guys done anything different to the recruiting experience for home games, compared to previous years?
Yeah, we have we have like a lounge underneath, and last weekend we probably have the top kids in California there. So it was just trying to let them know, how valuable, how important the Rose Bowl is, how important it is to stay at home, put a fence up. Let's just keep these guys here. We can find a way to keep the talent in California. This team can take off. We have a lot of key guys leaving the state, and when they're leaving the state and playing against, and got guys winning Heismans. We have guys being top draft picks and stuff like that. So we've had 4 or 5 quarterbacks that have just come from California that have been great. So you just want to keep these talent here and just do how we used to do when I was in school.
Josh Carlin said last week that, same thing, like keep the talent in California type of thing. How much does it help to have the players sending that message to, in addition to yourself?
Those are your best recruiters. One thing that I was asking players when I was coming out was like, how is it? Do you like this? What's going on? Because they're going to tell you the truth. Coaches can be car salesmen to a point, to a degree, and when you can get players to tell how their experience was and how everything went, that's golden. So
The 2025 class, you guys, held that together, recruiting class, and then 2026. How would you, I know it's still early in that, but how would you kind of assess both those classes right now?
25 class is pretty good. I'm excited about them. It's going to be my first recruiting class, so I think we got some solid players. Excited for them to come in and help us out. We got a lot of them coming in the spring. And then my 26 class, that's my little baby boomers. I think we're ranked 11th right now so far in recruiting, and there's 4 guys on there. So I think once we can get some more talent, that we have a chance to be top 5, and we want to show how recruiting is going to go around here and for the future.
What was the final tally on how many you had at the Rose Bowl? Did you get that?
Dang it! I'm gonna circle back. Okay. I'll make sure you guys get that number. I'll circle back, but it was a lot.
Yeah,
it was a lot of kids. Pretty much all of our 25s came to the game, except Colton because he was out of town. He was in Chicago. Most of them were here. I probably talked to at least 50. Because I meet most of the kids at the 50. They bring them by the 50. So I talked to at least 50 other kids that came. So it was a huge number of guys that came. Most of the people that we knew that were coming, they showed up. We didn't have anybody not show up.
What was the feedback you got from them?
They loved the environment. They loved the game. Wasn't really the outcome that some of the fans and recruits were looking for. But like you guys said, my team fights hard. They play hard. And, when they're doing that, the sky's the limit.
Coach, how important is culture to you? And are you trying to mold this program similar to what Terry Donahue did in the early days of pro football?
Culture is huge because it's it's just basically what the program is, you know. And the number one thing is we want to be a program. We want to be somewhere where you have to go and you learn their way and become a certain way when you leave here. You know, it's not just I want to come and play ball here. We want to teach you exactly how to become a man, how to be a man, and just what you can do with a UCLA degree. So I just want to make sure that all of our players truly understand what it means to sit in these seats, because I've done it, and just how successful UCLA can help you. You know, they've been helping me out for at least 20 years now, so you're a bro forever.
The suits that the guys wear before the game, they get to keep those. I know you've done like etiquette classes too. Like, what are the other things that you've kind of done to make sure they, you know, come out as good people on the other side?
Everything but teach them how to put their socks on, like Mr. Wooden used to, like Coach Wooden used to teach us. But it's just certain things that you just need to know. And you know, I just like the whole suit aspect, because when our seniors leave now they have a suit for their first job interview or any situation that they're in that they need a suit. And the other guys, you know, it looks nice. It's a pretty cool suit too. So it was just I just wanted them to look fresh and look business-like, just because that's what we're doing. You know, these games it's truly a business now, especially that we're paying them. So I just wanted them to look a certain way coming to the game.
So if there's any blisters, we'll know who to blame.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hold on. There's one team that did beat SC this weekend, and our women's basketball team did a great job. Came out, dominated the #1 team. They are also #1 now themselves. So, you know, I'm just proud of them. And, you know, Coach Close, she does a good job over there. And, you know, she's truly built a culture, and they're always in the top 10. But it was just awesome to see them come out, and the atmosphere that was in that arena. You know, I hadn't seen anything like that since Baron Davis. So it was pretty cool to just see how awesome everybody was and excited. You know, it was a whiteout, and, you know, they pretty much dominated the whole game from tip to 0. So just fired up for Corey and our basketball team.
Right before you got here, the men's team won a national title. Obviously, you guys were atop the BCS standings at one point. How much do you want to get it where like all the big programs are kind of rolling at the same time?
That's what UCLA is all about. You know, we have how many championships we have?
123.
We have 123. So I know that's in the top 3 of college sports.
You're only behind
2,
Stanford.
exactly. So I figured, you know, I just want to get us back to there. And, you know, it's been a while since we had a national champ in football, but, you know, I like this playoff system, and I'm just excited that, you know, if you do your job, you'll get an opportunity to play. So it won't just be one team going. You'll be able to get in the playoff and make some noise. So looking forward to that.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.